This year has been a profound journey of self-cultivation, a reckoning with what it means to unconditionally love myself, my attachments, and the life I'm building. At its core, unconditional love isn't a passive feeling, it's an active, intentional path. It's about taking responsibility for the energy you bring into the world, the boundaries you set, and the way your actions align with your dreams. To cultivate anything, a garden, a skill, or a dream, requires consistent care and attention. Self-cultivation is no different. It's the ongoing process of nurturing your inner world with love, intention, and discipline. It's the realization that your reality is shaped not by what happens to you, but by the energy and actions you choose in response. Biggest lesson I learned this year: karma isn't about what life hands you. It's about what you do with what happens. Every action creates ripples. The seeds you plant through your choices determine the harvest you reap. But here's the paradox. To cultivate the life you desire, you need boundaries. Not as walls to keep things out, but as frameworks that protect the energy and focus required for growth. Boundaries may feel counterintuitive when you are pursuing something you deeply love, but they're essential. They allow love, unconditional love, to thrive. For much of 2024, I felt like I was wandering in a dense fog. Every step forward felt aimless, heavy with questions I couldn't answer. Am I on the right path? What am I even working towards? The fog was disorienting, but it was also revealing. It forced me to confront the attachments I had been carrying.
Attachments that blurred my vision and drained my energy.
Expectations of who I should be. Fears of rejection, and the relentless need for external validation all weighed me down. These attachments shaped my actions, but not as expressions of my true self. They were reactions, reflexes shaped by what I thought the world wanted from me. This misalignment didn't just make me feel stuck, it made my goals feel hollow. The fog became my wake-up call. When your actions don't align with your heart, the path forward will always feel unclear. As life stripped away the attachments I had clung to, the fog began to lift. What emerged wasn't a new path. It was the one that had been buried beneath everything I had piled on top of it. Expectations, distractions, and fears, they weren't the path. They were obstacles I had created to avoid the deeper truth. The path isn't something you find. It's something you create. Creating it required boundaries, not just with others, but with myself. Setting boundaries became an act of love, protecting my energy, honoring my values, and saying no to what pulled me away from my truth. As I cleared the noise, I began to hear something quieter but more powerful. The whispers of my own intentions. I started asking questions I had avoided for years. Why am I taking this action? What does this mean to me? And does this align with the life I want to build? The answers didn't come all at once, but when they did, they transformed me. My actions shifted, not out of fear or obligation, but out of love. Unconditional love was the thread that connected every moment of clarity this year. It wasn't something I found, it was something I cultivated. Unconditional love is the foundation of the path. It's the courage to set boundaries, even when it feels uncomfortable. The grace to forgive yourself, even when you stumble. The trust to keep moving forward, even when the way isn't clear. Unconditional love isn't about perfection. It's about alignment. It's about choosing to act from a place of love, not fear. From intention, not reaction. When I embraced this truth,
Everything shifted.
I stopped chasing outcomes and started aligning with energy. I stopped asking, what do I need to achieve? And started asking, how do I want to feel? Through reflection, trial, and practice, I built a framework that became my compass, which included: first, get clear on the vision and life areas you want to prioritize this year. Then, pair intentions with goals by aligning measurable actions with the energy you want to cultivate. Finally, anchor actions with energy by assigning intentional steps, practices, and habits that help with maintaining a daily rhythm, harmony, melody, and resonance in order to sustain myself. This isn't just a process for setting goals. It is a practice for living a life that feels purposeful, joyful, and deeply aligned. This framework isn't about checking boxes or achieving milestones for the sake of achievement. It's about creating a life that feels good to live, one where your actions flow from your heart and align with your values. The heart of this process is simple but transformative. Emotions drive actions. When your goals are rooted in feelings like joy, curiosity, or peace, they become intrinsically motivating. And when your actions align with those feelings, the path reveals itself. Not as something external, but as something you're already walking.